And you think of all the things that are being recorded all over the world. This might be one of the more significant conversations that are being had. And so I don't think we want to deprive when we have the equipment and everything else to exert prior censorship over back together in a kind of gradual way, but I'm afraid that may not be possible. In fact, it really wasn't intended to be, well, I don't want to
I'm listening.
do a plot spoiler. Well, I think this is the kind of thing I think should be recorded.
I am recording it.
Oh, you are recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so keep going.
Oh, so I'm talking to Leah now, who's behind the camera, having replaced the anonymous camera person.
That's right.
And Leah does have laryngitis, which maybe you already recorded me saying that, but anyway, that we're trying to save her voice now. But she can nod her head or shake her head, and as partly as a indication. But okay, now here is one of my points, Leah, is that we are both in the prophetic tradition. That we share, Christianity and Islam share with Judaism, is we're all in the same prophetic tradition, going back to, I think it was Abraham, who was the original, he somewhat invented, he was the original prophet.
Yeah.
Certainly the original progenitor of this whole shooting match, which now accounts for
7 billion?
Let's see, 1.2, over 2 billion, 2.5 billion. And of course there is Hinduism and Buddhism.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you still count the total population though?
And out of 7 billion being
Yeah.
the total population. But anyway, a very substantial part of it is in this prophetic tradition. And that tradition has to do with God revealing himself or herself. I don't know if, when I like to think of God as personal, but I also like to give some credence to the idea that God can be both genders, and that this God is self-revealing. Now, the point that I want to make is that you cannot have a self-revealing God without logically also having a self-concealing God. And part of the point of this modernism is that, and we don't need that hypothesis, is that God is restraining him or herself from and being hidden from us. Now, but the whole point of the prophetic tradition is there's going to come that time when there's going to be a dramatic revelation. Now, and going back to gender, I'm thinking, look, we refer to drama queen, you know what I mean by drama queen? Well, maybe God is kind of a drama queen, and this dramatic thing is going to happen. Now, this can be related to one thing, the main thing that got us into this Cartesian dualism was the Copernican revolution,
Mm-hmm.
where we went from thinking of the world, the earth, as the center of creation to thinking that we're lost in space and time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we also lost a lot of the intellectuals and scientists lost their faith in God. When it seemed that we were no longer, we were just, on a piece of rock. We were like, third rock from the sun. And now, if we want to bring spirit back into this, that's going to be a problem for science.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can think of scientific materialism as kind of like a balloon, or it's very fragile.
Mm-hmm.
And one reason I'm here is because of an interest in the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And scientists are very afraid, very paranoid about the idea that there are things happening in the world that cannot be measured, can't be are intangible, are unpredictable, and so they're in a state. Most scientists are in a state of denial about even that humans might have a soul. And this is hard for many people to believe who are not scientists, that most scientists would say, as Laplace said to Napoleon, we have no need for the hypothesis of a soul. We can just think of humans as being meat machines, being mechanical like computers and this, and this is part of the problem. I mean, if everybody in the world thought that we were just meat machines, I think things would even be worse than they are now.